Hi, sir. How are you doing?
Give that boy some wine.
Right?
Yeah.
Don't be nervous.
Hi, I was born in Congo, raised in Kenya, and I like to think matured in Canada. But it sounds confusing, right? This is me just trying to figure it all out here on Cultural Mashup. My name is Yasser. Keep watching.
Hi guys, welcome to Cultural Mashup. My name is Yasser. As you can see today, I'm doing something totally different. I have a guest with me and his name is
Ernest.
Okay, so Ernest is here and I basically just invited him for us to ask him a few questions about how he came to Canada. So I'm just going to go through a list of questions, but in the future, can you guys post some questions down below that you want me to ask people when they come for an interview on the channel? Also, if you're in Vancouver and you want to come on the channel to be interviewed, then you are welcome. Leave me your contact information or just look at my email down below in the description bar. Okay, so we're just going to start with the questions and I'm going to look at them on my phone here because I can't remember everything. And then Ernest will give us the best answer that he can or what he can remember from the process. Okay, Ernest, so how did you immigrate to Canada?
Yeah, I immigrated to Canada by Quebec province, and because I'm French, I chose Quebec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the second question we have, why did you want to move to Canada? I mean, of all places.
Right. To Canada because it is safe to live in Canada, and my first priority was to challenge myself and see what happened in other countries like Canada. So yeah.
So did you use a lawyer or did you do it by yourself?
Right. Because I didn't get many information before, I asked a lawyer to do the process for me. But I think now people can do by themselves. And,
Yeah. No, it's true. I feel like now, like, I don't know, maybe it's just the internet. A lot of things are easily accessible to people by themselves. Like I tell you guys that you can do it by yourself. You don't have to be afraid. So how long did it take you?
Yeah, sincerely, it took 4 years to get a permanent resident visa for Quebec. I started in 2011. I got my visa in 2015.
Wow.
Right.
Okay, so that's quite a long time. 4 years.
Long time.
That's dedication right there. What are the types of documents that you had to submit to your lawyer?
You should give them a lot of documents like transcript.
Yeah, transcripts.
Yeah, transcript, and also every certificate which prove you working already in your country.
Okay. So probably like your resume. You also do you need a letter from your employer?
Not a letter, just a certificate of employment.
Just certificate of employment.
Just to prove you're working already.
Okay. What was your first thought when you came to Canada? Like at the airport. Like I remember when we first came and then the airport doors opened and it was just like, oh my god, it's freezing cold. But that was like my first experience of Canada. What was your first?
My first surprise was about when I moved to Quebec, and it was at the beginning of winter time. So I moved from a country, it was 36 degrees, and now I came to Canada for minus 38 degrees. So crazy.
I don't think people actually ever really mentally prepare for the cold in Canada.
People need to be prepared for that. If not, they are going to be shocked.
Totally. I had flip-flops when it came to Canada. And it was in winter too. And that was the worst. I think since we've been in Vancouver, that was the worst year. You said you're a permanent resident now, right? And you said it took you 4 years. Right. So actually, one question that I have, did you get permanent resident right when you landed, or how does that work?
First time I applied for permanent resident visa for Quebec. So my first day in Canada was as permanent resident. So yeah, after that, 3 years after, you can apply for citizenship.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because when you have permanent residence in Canada, you can do pretty much everything that a citizen can do.
Right.
How is Canada different from what you thought?
Yeah, for sure. I was in contact with different people to learn more about Canada and different things I don't know, and especially about work, especially about weather, especially about networking. So I was not too much surprised because many people prepare me, so not to be shocked. Mentally, I didn't have any trouble, but 3 months after coming to Canada, it was hard for me to find my best way. I waited, so I remember I called my mom. I thought her not be surprised if you see me there one day. And she convinced me to stay maybe a year and see what happens if you don't be comfortable with this environment, you can come back. Because I was pretty sure I could come back and find any job I did before because I got already many experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Okay, so you were getting depressed of being here, or things were just not working out as fast as you want them to?
No, I didn't get depressed, but I feel like very new change, new environment, and everything I tried to get in my life, like about work I went to do, it was very hard, and I feel like, oh, maybe I came late in this country, or maybe I should go back forth many times. So, yeah, but it was hard. People need to be very in contact with other experienced people who settled already.
Yeah.
So that could be easier for them to gradually improve and settle in best way. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's totally true, especially for adults that actually move to Canada and you have everything set up greatly in your home country and then you immigrate here. Yeah. The first few months, even the first year, like, it can be challenging and you feel like you want to give up because change is difficult, right? You feel like you want to give up and you're like, I have everything at home, so why actually stay here and make it work? So keep that in mind. Just, it's going to be a bit rocky at the beginning before you get used to it. How did you find your first job?
For me, it was important to start paying every bills because money I brought to Canada was not enough to afford everything. And in my field, I didn't find job, and I started working for. I remember it was a company which cook bread for 2 months. And in that time, I keep thinking about what I'm going to do exactly in my life to build my career in Canada. And first time I realized, oh, I need to be bilingual because I speak French before. I didn't have English skills. So I started thinking about that, and many interviews I finally did in accounting field. It doesn't work because people need to hire bilingual people. So French was not enough for me, even though I was in a Quebec environment and French is the first language there. So finally I realized I need to move there and to stay in English city and in expectation to improve my English skills. So yeah.
Yeah, no, it really does help actually moving to a place where they actually speak English to learn English quicker. Right. But like you say, you are an accountant, right?
Right. Okay. It's important to emphasize accountant in Canada expression. It means CPA. So I cannot pretend to be accountant now because I should get permit. I should be member. I should complete some studies at university and also to be member of CPA association before pretend to be accountant CPA. So for now I can say I'm bookkeeper and I do stuff like bookkeeping, payroll and GST government tasks, and I'm working under another supervisor which is CPA, who is CPA already. Yeah.
I was actually going to ask you exactly that, because some people, like, you might have some qualification back in your home country, but when you come here to Canada, it's either not accepted or like you have to do some other certification for you to actually be qualified again. So be prepared for that. Actually do your research and see if they accept the same qualification that you have in your own country before coming here, so that you know what to expect.
Right.
One thing that people actually have a challenge with is finding a house to live or a place to live.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, that's good. That's a good challenge too. Yeah. Even though you have money, it is very hard to find a house or apartment to live, because depending on the province, I can say it is easier in Quebec to afford for housing or apartment. Yeah. But in BC, especially in Vancouver, it was very hard when I moved I moved from Quebec to BC.
Landlords want to see your work, like if you're working. They want to see that if you're not working, people don't want to rent out your house to you.
Right, right. In Montreal, it was easier for me to find apartments to live. But when I moved to Vancouver, I remember even though one friend who was here before me would like to help me and to convince the owner to give me this room. He said no because he was thinking, this owner was thinking, I didn't get a job yet, and I only speak French, I don't speak English, so how could I afford to pay his bill? So everything, even though my friend would like to be a guarantee for me, he said no.
So if you actually can find a guarantor, it might help you.
Right? Yeah.
So look into that if you can. And also there's some organizations that actually help you find places for rent as well. And those people can be your guarantors. So those are actually good resources as well. Okay, so the next question is, how is living in Canada different from your home country?
Yeah, it is. I can say it is a big challenge. It is a big challenge while comparing Canada and I mean Benin, my country, because in Benin I can say I didn't feel a lot of pressure while I was there, and in Canada it's totally different. It's totally different in different ways. First, I can say you have to struggle with weather can change anytime, and also for different seasons, and depending on where you live also. And second, I can say you have to find your job. And for sure, it's not going to be a job you need to do first, but you have to deal with that at the same time. And gradually and step by step, you can build your network and meet different people and try to see if what you need to do finally, you can meet people who did already. So it's going to be easier for you, this connection, and for sure it will take a while, but finally people find job they want to do. Yeah. And lastly, I can say, because I lived before with my community in Africa, with my mom, with my father, with my siblings, and I mean many friends and colleagues. Here it's not the same because culture, we have a big difference about culture. People from different countries and have a different culture too. So it's not going to be what you expect to see in other people culture, but you have to adjust yourself and try to over what you think, but it depends on people you have around you and adjust yourself as I thought,
Yeah, no, adjustments are a must. If you were to start this experience again, what would you do different?
Oh, I see. I can say first, I don't have any regret about what I did before, because I can say for sure it is a learning process. Yeah. It is a learning process. It takes time, and step by step, everything we learn for sure by mistake. And also we learn by advice. Sure. So I could not do everything perfectly, exactly, to pretend avoid any mistake. But I can say if I should redo the same process, I will do on the same way I did before, because I was in connection with people, and every time I try to meet other people, I try to learn from the experiences and see how I can adjust myself and quick to fit to my environment and to build my network and find job I want and go.
Would you still come to Canada?
Yeah, it depends, because sincerely I can say I'm following opportunities. If I found opportunities today in Benin, I will come back. I will go back. If I found opportunities in Europe, I will go back. Okay. If I found opportunities to stay definitively in Canada, for sure, I will stay. So now I can say my opportunities is here right now. And but we cannot know exactly what future could be in I mean, in few months or in few years. So everything can change. Everything can change anytime. So I'm people who can adjust myself quick and wait and see. Yeah.
Okay. Any last question? Any advice for anyone? Like anyone who's thinking of coming to Canada?
Yeah. First advice. I can say it's important to be eager to be eager when you start this process, because it is very challenging. It is a challenge process, and you cannot know exactly what is going to be after you started.
True.
And I know many people who fail, even though they are close to get this visa, because they just ask a question for them like, okay, if you come to Canada and you don't find job you want, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And many people reply, okay, they are going to study, and they ask them if it is full-time or part-time, they reply full-time. So if it is full-time, I'm not sure they are going to give you a visa, because the visa you are going to apply for is only for skilled workers.
Yes.
So you are not here to study first, you are here to work first.
Exactly.
And you can work full-time and study part-time. That's my advice.
Totally. So Ernest is actually talking about the interview process when they're interviewing you and about coming to Canada and what you're going to do here. Right. So you cannot come here and say you're going to be a skilled worker and also go to school full-time. So even if they ask you if you're not going to find a job, then you say, I'm going to go to school part-time to work on my credentials and still find another job to keep working.
For sure, for sure.
Okay, so it's been great having you.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
Yeah. If you guys have any more questions, then leave them in the comment section down below. And if you have questions for interviewees, yes?
Yeah.
Your interviewee.
Yeah.
Okay. For interviewees in the future, then also leave them in the comment section down below, and I'll make sure that I ask the next people that will be interviewing those questions. Thanks for coming by the channel, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up and also a comment down below, and also subscribe to the channel. Thanks for coming by Cultural Mashup. My name is Yasser, and this is Ernest.
Ernest.
Have a nice week. Bye.
Bye-bye. See you soon.